An original composition by our Luke Halpin.
Hey everybody, my name is Bobby. Welcome to Mile High Church. Thank you so much for spending part of your weekend with us, especially if you're new. As you can see here, our 2025 Giving Tree is a huge success. It's one of the things I love about this community. A big thanks to everyone who participated this year. Before we get started today, we want to give you a look at a few things coming up around Mile High Church for you and your family. Join us this January for Back to Basics series, This Thing Called You, with Josh Reeves, based on Ernest Holmes' book, This Thing Called You. Each week invites you to rediscover the Creator, Healer, Beloved, and Spirit in you. Also, the music will be fantastic. Plus, it's a great series to bring a friend to because they will receive a copy of the book, This Thing Called You, for free. Oh, thanks, buddy. And bring in the new year with initiating our highest and next, an in-person workshop with Josh Reeves on January 1st. Through honest reflection, release, and creative practice, discover a newfound willingness to receive your highest and next. Stick around for an opportunity to dive deeper after the event. Happy New Year.
Hi friends, I am so excited for this year's Candlelight. The music is off the charts. We've got Gary Lynn Floyd, one of my favorite songwriters in the New Thought movement. Cheryl Renee is back with her presence and big heart. Cody Qualls, one of my new friends in town and one of my favorite voices as well. Also, we have our beloved Barry Ebert and the beautiful strings and presence of acoustic eidolon. The Mile High Choir always brings such great energy to the room. And our Mile High Band, of course, rocking it as usual. And who else? Me. Such a cheese ball. Join us for Sacred Night, Candlelight 2025, right here at Mile High Church.
For more information about anything you've heard today, stop by the Event Center or connect with us online at milehighchurch.org.
Okay. Good morning, Mile High. Thank you so much for being at our Solstice service today. This is a powerful day. I've always loved the Christmas season, but just years ago I started to learn more about the winter solstice, how powerful it is. So thank you so much for your presence. And it was interesting, you know, a while back we created the title, Coming Out of the Dark. I didn't realize that many of us are coming out of the dark, right? So I'm grateful right now for electricity and for running water. But so we're coming out of the dark. And so today we honor the wisdom of Grandmother Earth. I think a lot of times we just take Earth for granted until there's a storm and there's something going on. It gets our attention. But to be able to focus on the blessedness of this alive, beautiful, beautiful planet known as Earth. It's very important. So I've always found that the wisdom of Earth and the acknowledgement of the darkness, this is the darkest day of the year. And I've always found that it's been a time to set intentions so that my intention for coming into the light is manifested. So right now I would like to just begin with a prayer to begin our service. And I'd like to have all the practitioners stand if you're in the room. So in this moment, as we have gathered in thanksgiving for a day such as the solstice, the winter solstice, a day where we light a candle this evening, a day where we set intentions. But I recognize that above, below, and all around about is that living spirit. We call it God. It has 101 names, but we with the very breath that is breathing you right now. For each one of you, you are a hollow reed and the music comes through you. The life of spirit comes through in such incredible, amazing ways. It comes through with joy. It comes through with healing energy. Because everything that you are, we are, as a great circle of seekers that seek the spiritual truth. So I give thanks, recognizing that divine spirit is found in all walks of faith, all walks of faith. And I acknowledge Grandmother Earth today, the trees that reach towards the sky, the waters that flow, the ice that becomes a mirror for each one of us. I give thanks for the seeds that are growing right now in the trees. Give thanks for all of life. So I behold that this service is good and very, very good. And we just stay open to the healing light of this time together. So I just declare with a grateful, grateful heart the power of prayer, the power of ceremony, and the gift of light, now and forevermore. And so it is. Amen.
Deep in the darkest winter night, here with my candle burning, cozy and warm inside the light, now that the year is turning. What does the future hold in store? Where has our journey brought us? How can we learn from what's gone before? What has experience taught us? We are the future. We can reach for the stars. We feel at home in our own backyard. We want to be who we are. Friendship will light the darkest hours. True love will hold the vision. Peace and goodwill on earth is ours. Let it be our decision. We are the future. We can reach for the stars. We feel at home in our own backyard. We want to be who we are. Deep in the darkest winter night, here with my candle burning, cozy and warm inside the light, now that the year is turning. Feel how the year
Such a beautiful, beautiful song. And you know, we are, as a congregation, we are the light. And what I'd like to have us do right now is to recite our vision and our mission in this powerful day of solstice. So our vision is oneness revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and for global enlightenment. Thank you for that. You know, we recite that a lot on Sundays, and it's something we want to take to our hearts and have that be a part of our day. For I recognize that the winter solstice is such a powerful day. I never celebrated it as a child, but when I began to be more familiar and accepted in the Native American world, I learned a lot about the solstice. And I learned that it was a gentle time. It was a time to be able to feast and to be with loved ones and friends. In fact, it's interesting when you read about the solstice that for thousands and thousands of years, humanity has been celebrating it. It's celebrated in all walks of life. It's celebrated in China. It's celebrated in the Far East, Egypt. It's celebrated in our country. And one of the stories I read was how the people of our country, thousands of years ago, or maybe just 1,000 years ago, would celebrate. And they didn't have houses like we have now. They'd be camping out, and they'd have big burning fires and whatnot. And the children would come, and they would sing, and they would dance. And then there was a special time in the ceremony where all of a sudden, from one of the tallest trees came the shaman. Shaman would have been the minister. I'm glad it wasn't me at the time, because he's climbing down the tree, and he comes down with gifts for the children. Now, I found that interesting because that was a long, long time ago. And it's interesting how customs kind of blend, don't they? We have a Santa Claus that comes and honors our children. And we have candles burning. And I do encourage you all to come back to the candle lighting services. We were here yesterday and rehearsing for them. They are magnificent. So bring your neighbors, okay? Because it's part of the season. Lighting the candles, lighting the candles. So the children would receive a gift, and they would play, and they would sing, and they were celebrating that it was the darkest day of the year. And we know what that's like. It's like, gosh, 5 o'clock, the sun goes down, I'm ready to go to bed. Yeah. So I'm kind of glad we're moving towards the light, towards the light. So it's celebrated around the world. And so I honored the bones of our ancestry. And I honor the bones of Earth, the crystal beds. The very center of Earth, I've been told and I've seen in visions that that's where the violets grow, the crystal beds inside Earth. And many times we just think, oh, I'm just getting dirty out there on the Earth. But we don't really realize the magnitude of Grandmother Earth. And so in knowing that, once upon a time, right where we are sitting, below us is the Earth. I remember when we built this dome. It was powerful when it went up like a big balloon, and then they poured cement and how they fixed it to be so beautiful as it is. But we gave thanks for the Earth. And I remember we had a gentleman come to bless the Earth, because I knew that was important. We're going to put a structure on it here, on this soil right here. It needs to be blessed. So it was Doug Goodfeather and my good friend Howard Badhand who came and did a Native American blessing to bless the land, because the land was going to give forth the building upon it. So with knowing that, we come back today to our native roots who walked this land long before there was any buildings around anywhere here in Lakewood. Who inhabited this land? Who celebrated on a solstice? Who was the person who came down the tree? You know, so going back and honoring. So right now, I just want to honor my good friend Doug Goodfeather and the candle that is burning up there. We lit it before the service in honor of Doug's mother, who recently passed. And so right now, I'm going to turn it over to Doug for a few moments.
Thank you so much, Patty. We're going to share a couple of dances with you. And the first dance I want to bring out is my daughter, Feline, Wichach Biluta Oyate Tawi, her Red Star Nation. And the style of dance she's going to do is called a jingle dress. And this style of dance originated in Minnesota from the Ojibwe Nation. And it came from a dream, a spirit dream. When his grandfather's young granddaughter was sick, he prayed for her. He prayed for her well-being. And in a dream, the spirits came and instructed him to make a dress like this. 4 dresses. One to put on the granddaughter laying in a sick bed, and 3 of them to pick 3 dancers. And he said, the spirits told him in a dream to do this and dance, sing this song and dance for her. So he did that. And the first round they started dancing. The little girl sat up. The second round, she stood up from the bed. The third round, she started shuffling with them. And the fourth round, she started dancing. Thus, she was healed from this dress. Now, we look at it and think, it's just a jingle dress. It's just a dress. But the intelligence that come from the spirit world was cymatics. And it healed the little girl through that noise, through the ears, through the body. And that's the spiritual intelligence that came. So with that, she's going to dance for you. And she wants to spread all this good health to you, this good medicine to you. Take it home with you. Give it, share it. And you say, how do I share it? Just be good to people. And that good blessing will continue on. So with that, we bring the jingle dress dance. Now this next style of dance, we're going to bring out our dancer. His name is Mesunkala Claremont. Mesunkala means young brother. And this style of dance is a warrior's dance called the men's traditional. It's one of the first style of dances that was seen when people seen the people dancing. They seen this style of dance. And it's about the warrior telling his story of his life, his war deeds, his hunting deeds. And he tells his story through this through this style of dance. So with that, we bring the Minch traditional. Oh, we okay, pielo, hey, Goodfeather, oh, we okay, pielo, watch it with Josh, Goodfeather, oh, we okay, pielo, hey, Goodfeather, oh, we okay, pielo, Goodfeather, oh, we okay, pielo, Goodfeather, oh, we okay, pielo, watch it with Josh, Goodfeather, oh, we okay, pielo, Goodfeather, oh, we okay, pielo, thank you.
So the importance of dance. How many of you love to dance? Yeah, I see a lot of hands. I've always loved to dance. Not a very good dancer, but I love to dance. So many of the traditions the Native Americans have is about joy, it's about love, it's about light. And so I think that even Ernest Holmes, in fact, I just quote Ernest, he said, "We viewed the winter solstice as a time to embrace inner stillness, allowing the darkness of introspection to reveal the inner light and the divine presence." I feel very strongly that the dance and the dance that you witness here, those are prayers, and they do reveal that inner light of divine presence. So today, we acknowledge the darkness not as something to fear, but as sacred rest. So it's interesting that in our walk and in our talk, sometimes I hear things that are kind of dark coming from other people. There's times that perhaps even in my thinking, I tend to go towards the fear instead of being with the light. And I would encourage each one of us today to remember the light. It was Chief White Eagle, and I'm just quoting him, that he put out a email, maybe some of you received it, it's maybe 6 months ago, but I'm just quoting him. He said that we have choice as individuals. In our life, we can either take the path to go down into a hole. That would be the fear, that would be the darkness. Or we have the choice to knock and to open the doorway. What is the doorway? It's the doorway of heart itself, to open that doorway. I've had practitioners in the last 6 months say, "Oh gosh, help me with my prayers, I'm in fear. I'm not sure what's going on with the world. I'm in fear." And just take a breath, and it's like, this is the time to pray. This is the time, let your prayer be love. And not that you have to go into reciting all kinds of different things. Be with love, for love wins. Love wins. And so out of the dark, light comes. Light comes. So the winter solstice is celebrated through our world in many, many different ways. Different hemispheres, as I mentioned, Egypt, China, they have beautiful, beautiful light demonstrations. So the world, the wisdom of the world, that love intelligence recognizes the power of light. so we can light a candle. But you are the light. Each one of us, we are that inner light. And if you're thinking, gosh, what is she saying? My life hasn't been so cool lately or good. Light a candle. And I would encourage you this day, solstice tonight, to light a candle and perhaps offer a prayer. And it could be a prayer for forgiveness. Forgiveness is for giving myself back to myself, giving myself back to that light of love. Could be that. It could be a prayer of plenty for others, that people can eat and be fed. I give thanks for Doug Goodfeather. Many years ago, when my husband and I first met Doug, Doug would tell you, I'm just a common man. That's why I love him so much. He doesn't brag and say, well, I'm a great dancer or anything. He's just a common man. And he does a lot of good work feeding the people. Not only feeding them spiritually, but feeding them food, helping them in many, many ways. So there's always a way we can help each other. And I think this time that has seemed like darkness, and now we're coming into the light, is a time of incredible transformation. And Mile High Church is a great hub for transformation, isn't it? It is a light. Its vision, its mission, we live that. And so as we integrate that into our own lives, we become that beacon. And for years, my intention and my vision for Mile High Church is that it is a light unto the world. It's a place where you can come and be accepted. It's a place where you can come and receive spiritual food here without saying, now, what type of religion, where did you come from, what color's your skin, what's your lifestyle? We don't do that here. We accept all walks of faith, all beings. That's why we're all here today, because we know that's true. Yeah, it is true. So I want to just share with you something I learned from, I get emotional, from a great man. I've known a lot of great men in my life. And this one, his name is Dr. Thomas Hora, a great teacher of metapsychiatry. A man who once could have had the title like a Sigmund Freud or have that title in the world, but he chose to leave that profession of being, this well-known professional, and he came and he taught in a seminary in the United States. His practice was Buddhism. I've learned a lot from him. And one of the things I learned from him in dealing with situations in life, he said he always had kind of he was from Hungary, so he had a broken little accent. He was so cute. And he'd say there's two intelligent questions that we need to always ask. And the first one is, and this is the mental one when we're looking at a situation, what is the meaning of what seems to be? What is the meaning of what seems to be? And the word seems in Greek means to shed light upon something. So a lot of times when we say that, what is the meaning of what seems to be? It doesn't immediately come forth the meaning. But can you see it shifts our thought from saying, what should be? How do I do this? Who's to blame? We say, what is the meaning of what seems to be? So I'm sharing that first intelligent question because it's important that we give up blame. Set it down. Give it up. And the second intelligent question is the spiritual one. What is really real? What is really real? So I behold that each one of you, you are real. You are the manifestation of a divine light. I don't care what color your hair is or even if you have hair. I wasn't looking at you. We are the manifestation of divine light. So I want to give you those two questions. What is the meaning of what seems to be that lifts us from the blame? And what is really, really real? And some of you have heard me tell this story that many years ago, I was in a situation where we needed to do a refinance, because years ago we went to our mountain property on one of those funky loans. When we did it, I knew I'd have to refinance. But at the time, you know, the credit was golden and whatnot, and one after another was turned down. So I was a little discouraged. So I put on little postums, and I posted them in all my cupboards, on my mirror, in my Jeep, everywhere I went. What is the meaning of what seems to be? And what is really real? Well, it took a little while. Didn't manifest like that. But it did manifest. One day I got a phone call from a man from Minnesota, a banker. He said, "I'm buying your loan." I just gave thanks. So I know this stuff works. And instead of going into the fear like, oh my God, we might have to move and all this stuff. No, be with what is really real. So I wanted to share that with you today. And I also wanted to just honor my friend Doug. He's going to come and he's going to speak also, because he represents truth, spiritual truth. He's a man, he's a soldier of truth. And I remember when I first, I'm going to call him to come forth, when I first was in a sweat lodge. A sweat lodge is a nipi. A nipi means rebirth. It's a very powerful, powerful time of prayer. And Doug had come back from, I think it was Afghanistan, and a lot of things had changed for him, a man of great faith. And he came from a vision quest where he received this vision of taking this to the people. I guess that's how it manifested Lakota Healing Way Center. And I remember sitting in that sweat lodge. I didn't really know him very well. But when he shared that vision, it landed right here in this open door. It landed right in my heart. Beautiful, beautiful vision. So with that, I give to you my friend, Doug Goodfeather.
Thank you so much, Patty. Appreciate you. That was in 2006. We were in that sweat lodge together almost 20 years ago. Wow, time flies. It's good to be here with you. Just want to share some good words with you, some teachings that I've learned that I always like to pass on, and also in my studies, the things that I research to better myself as a teacher. And usually that study is on myself. You know, a lot of times we're talking about today and coming from the darkness into the light. You know, as Patty said, you know, the power is still just now coming on up there, conifer, and because of the high winds that happened last week, so I wanted to pray for everybody about that. And but I wanted to go on and share with you some of the things that I've learned about studying myself and how I brought that teaching out to help others study themselves. Because the things that I teach you, you know, you go to the doctor, pay lots of money to keep coming back, I guess. And but here we don't do that. We want to teach you how to be your own healer. I don't consider myself a healer. I just get you unstuck. And you become the healer. Because a lot of times we don't realize our own gifts. We travel the world, all over the world, looking for answers for our problems, our issues. And we look all over the world. We pay big money to try to get that healing, that certain word, just to spark something in us of healing. And all the time is in us. And our self is traveling and trying to find these answers everywhere. You know, when there's a storm, sometimes we have to go through. And many of us have been there. And they call it the crossroads sometimes, or into the storm. But in the Lakota philosophy, there are some relatives we call the Buffalo Nation, our relatives. Because they have taught us everything and they have given everything to us. Their philosophy, their bodies, their teachings. And people don't understand that kind of thinking or that kind of what that means and that kind of philosophy. You see, when we hit something that troubles us or we go through something traumatic, we go into the storm. Because in here, the storm, this is where you're going to learn yourself. This is where you're going to study yourself. You're going to feel the pain, you're going to cry, you're going to be mad, angry. But you need to. You need to feel that. Because depression is not all bad for you. Because the body is so intelligent, it knows how to heal itself. But we're taught different. We're taught how to oppress that down. Keep it down there. And when that happens, we get sicker and sicker. We need to let it out. And how do we let it out? Talking, crying, praying, helping. But in that storm, you're going to learn to study yourself. You're going to learn the things, your gifts that you have come with here. And in that storm, the Buffalo people are going to be in there with you. They're going to teach you and they're going to guard you through that storm. Because when you come out of that storm, there's going to be people waiting for you there. And these are the people that you went through that storm for. Because they need teaching. They need help next. So it's your experience and your own suffering and your own trauma becomes a teacher. It doesn't become a burden no more. It becomes a teacher. Scars disappear, wounds disappear. You want that. You don't want to keep your scars or your wounds because you're just going to make excuses with them. You want to get rid of them. The physical scars, you see them. Oh, I remember that. I remember what happened at that time. Don't become a victim to it. Become a teacher. Learn the philosophy from that pain and become a teacher because there's going to be somebody else that's going to have that same pain. But now you have the understanding to be the teacher now. You see, we always do that to ourselves. We blame and shame, point fingers. You see, I was taught when I was growing up to be a warrior. And with that, you don't see division. You see the people. And when you become a warrior, you don't make an oath to no human. You make it to the Creator. This is for life. This is for life. And when that happens, these things are going to come in, these purposes, these gifts that you're born with are going to bloom in you. And you're going to come out. And you're going to learn how to cry. You're going to learn how to see people. Because we're meant to be useful to each other. Not against, but useful to each other. Useful to the kids crossing the street in the morning when they go to school. Useful to our elderly getting out of their car, walking to the store, or helping them get into their car. Useful by just saying hi to somebody. You see, these teachings that you came through that storm with, that rebirthed you, to bring those gifts out. Sometimes you have to be broke. You have to. Because when you're stuck and somebody else is teaching, you're not seeing with yourself. You're seeing somebody else's teaching through you. So in order for you to see through yourself, you must go through that storm and it must break you. But remember, the way creation is. When creation was created, it was chaos. There was turmoil. But in that, something was brewing. That was us. That was the world, our Mother Earth. Us and all life that has been on her. It brewed us, created us. And we came with these emotions. We were born with them. These are gifts, born with this spirit, this soul. Learn that self of who you are. Because if you stay stuck, you're going to be stagnant. And the Buffalo people will help you through that storm and bring you through it. Because they have no ego. They see you. And that's where you want to get. In order to see yourself, the ego must go away. There's two virtues I live by. And I call them the ego checkers. And that's humility and humbleness. These are the ego checkers that I live by because I have to see the people. Because when I pull up to a corner and see somebody begging for some money, I don't, sometimes if I have it, I don't hesitate. I don't sit there and judge. That's not my right. My right is to help, to be useful. And if that is to get him something to eat or whatever, that's his business or her business. It's not my business no more. My business is to keep moving, but to be useful, to help. And that's where we get stuck. Because we get sometimes stuck in ourselves. Because somebody taught us to see through their eyes, not through you. And sometimes you have to go through that break, that storm, in order to really see who you are, see yourself. And there, you're going to really learn who you are. You're going to really know your strengths, your gifts. And life's going to change. It's going to be more, more fulfilling, I can say. I've been through many storms, many. Every storm I came through got stronger and stronger. My mom, she made her journey home. You know, in our Lakota way, we put this away. We put our dancing away. And we mourn for that year. In the Lakota word, they call it washigla, a mourning process. There's an intelligence that brings you through that. And when you go follow that process, you're not going to get stuck. You're going to heal. That's what that process is for. So, but I made a commitment to this solstice. So I have to keep it. So when I'm done, I'm going to put my bustles away, put my outfit away for 1 year. I'll be back next year, though. So, we had a lot of healing, me and my mom. You see, my mom didn't raise me, but I knew her all my life, on and off. At the end, she was, one of the things that we do to ourselves, guilt, anger, blame, shame. So the only thing I can do is sit beside her and tell her I love her. You did nothing wrong, Mom. Everything you did is the way it's supposed to be. If I didn't go through that storm, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't know the things I know. I wouldn't be strong the way I am. I wouldn't be compassionate. I had to go through that life like that. Because sometimes I go to people's deathbeds. Sometimes I go to these hospice centers. I sit down and I pray with them, talk with them. It's going to be okay. journey is going to be good. You got to believe that too. You got to know that it's going to be good. So whatever you go through it. Be strong through it. Cry through it. Use the tears that you're born with. The Creator gave these to you, these modalities. Because if you stop crying, other dysfunctions are going to come in. Diabetes, high blood pressure, heart attacks, cancers. Because anxieties, tension, all of that creates all of that. You need to cry. The gifts you're given. We're born with natural modalities. We're created so intelligent, so amazing, the things that we're born with. So don't fight against the Creator. Use the gifts that are given to you. Share them. Help people. Help yourself. Learn to help yourself. Learn to love yourself. That's not selfish. That's a gift you can give to the Creator and the people around you. Because people love you and they want to see you healthy. They want to see you happy. So remember that. It starts from you. You don't need to go all over. It's here. Sit down and pray. Talk to yourself. Learn yourself. Study yourself. And you'll start to heal. And use that goodness to walk in the world and help people. Sometimes we live in an arrogant way and the ego checkers are going to come one day. So learn to understand that meaning of the ego checker. Because there's people you need to see. There's people you need to help. Takuwa kayai okaipi tokashila yeloi chewaya kielo ai chanupaki wakaipi yeloi ho ye wa ye lo hai oi thati ato paki ai tu ai ho ma ki ye lo che wa ki ye lo hai Toka shilai, o makia yo, hai, oi, 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 oi. So I'm gonna say to Mom, this dance is for you. So, one of the things that I've learned about this process my mom went through is forgiveness. And it was not me even though she might have wanted you, is to forgive herself, to understand that power of forgiving yourself. It releases so much. But I sat there. I said, Mom, you have nothing to say sorry for. It was meant to be the way it's meant to be. And with that, it made me who I am. And that is a warrior for the people.
Doug Goodfeather. Wow. And Miso and Feline, what a gift. Doug, we're so grateful that you kept your commitment to dance for us today, even though it's not your tradition. Don't we feel special and so grateful. So grateful. Thank you, thank you. So we want you to know that Doug will be over in the community center. There are tables set up there where you can learn more about the Lakota Healing Way. And you can purchase some items if you still have some holiday gifts to get. They've got some items over there. And I want you to know that Mile High Church is making a generous donation to the Lakota Way on behalf of our community. So thank you for your generosity. And I also want to acknowledge not only this solstice ceremony, but so many that have touched our hearts and fed all of us, led by Dr. Patty Luckenbach. Thank you, Dr. Patty. And though she is in her final days before her rewirement, I'm sure she will have much to teach us and help us with in our future celebrations like this. So we're very grateful for her and grateful for today's service. And it's time now for us to take an opportunity to circulate our good through tithes and offerings. And as we do that, I just invite us all to take a moment to feel how full our souls feel, our energy is, to feel the inspiration of the questions that Dr. Patty asked us and the things that Doug shared with us and the beauty of the dances, and just feel that fullness, and to decide for ourselves if we're choosing to circulate today that we're giving from that great fullness that already exists within us. So we give from the overflow today. And there are many ways you can give. Our ushers are going to pass baskets, and all of the ways are listed on the screen. You can text to give, you can give out in the lobby, and we're so grateful for the ways that this community continues to source Mile High Church and to support us. We thank you so very much. So as we step into that giving journey, I invite us to say our affirmation together that we speak each week. So please say with me, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
Why be afraid if I'm not alone? Life is never easy, the rest is unknown. Up till now for me, it's been hands against stone. I spend each and every moment searching for starting again is part of the plan, and I'll be so much stronger holding your hand. Step by step I'll make it through. I know that I can. It may not make it easier, but I have felt you near me all the way. Coming out of the dark, I finally see the light now, and it's shining on me. Oh, light is shining on me. Coming out of the dark, I know the love that saved me. You are sharing it with me. Well, I stand on the rock of your love forever and ever. Nobody can stop me or watch me go forever and ever. Oh, I'm standing on the rock of your love, love is all it takes, no matter what we face. Coming out of the dark, I finally see the light now, and it's shining on me. See the light as you and me. Coming out of the dark, I know the love that saved me. You are sharing it with me. Your love is shining on me. Your love is shining on me. Yeah. I see the light, it's shining on me. We're coming out of the dark, yeah.
So I would like to invite.
Laura and Luke,
Yeah.
thank you both. Oh,
Thank you.
So wonderful. Thank you. If this is your first visit here at Mile High Church, just know that we're so grateful for your presence here today. Thank you for those of you watching online. We do have a welcome center located out in the lobby, and we invite first-time guests to stop there, ask any questions that you might have, pick up some literature. We've got gifts for you that we'd love to send you home with, and I would encourage you to ask anyone here anything about our community because we're very helpful and welcoming people, so we would love to welcome you in that way. In addition to that, our practitioner prayer partners are down front here. After the service, we encourage you to come down and give yourself the gift of prayer, an uplifting prayer to transform your life and to support any challenges you're going through, or if you're going through something great and you want to keep up the momentum, that's a great reason to come down and get prayer. We also have prayer requests on the counters along the windows out in the lobby where you can go and write down a prayer request and leave it. And this next week, our practitioner prayer partners will be including you in their prayers. So lots of ways to get prayer support. And I want to tell you about some things that are going on. Have you heard about this little thing we do called candlelight services? Yeah. Beautiful. Some of you are, like me, a devotee of the candlelight services. Even if I wasn't on staff here, I'd be coming to the candlelight services. They're beautiful, beautiful music, beautiful uplifting messages. And at the end, if you've never been, we spread the light amongst the congregation and we light candles. And at the end, everyone has candles. And it's the most beautiful, moving, heart-opening experience for the Christmas season. So please come to one of our services on the 23rd or 24th, 1, 4, or 7 p.m., and those of you online or those of you traveling who can't be here in person, the 7 p.m.s will be live streamed. So you can still join us. Get a candle. Have it ready in your space so you can light a candle with us. We'd love to have you with us. And we also, I'm excited to say, have Reverend Josh doing his annual intention setting workshop on New Year's Day here from 10 to 11:30? That's right, 10 to 11:30. And it's a very popular experience, so we hope you will join him for that. And then next month in January, we're going back to basics together. For those of you who've been around a while, how many of us, our very favorite book by Ernest Holmes is This Thing Called You? Yep, look at all the hands. Mm-hmm. It's a really beautiful book, and the whole series he's basing on This Thing Called You. So we hope you will be here and enjoy this wonderful way to come back to basics. It's a great time to invite friends to check us out or watch online because it really takes us back to what it is that we really believe here. And Dr. Patty's got a really wonderful thing starting about conversations on grief. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, that's going to begin the first weekend, the first Sunday in January, and it's going to be after the last service in the community center. And hopefully it's going to be a monthly event. So if you've been touched by grief, you'd like to learn more about whatever, please show up. It's going to be precious. Invite
Just
you.
like Reverend Josh says, she's rewiring, but still we're going to make her work here. So I don't know how that works, but we're doing it, yeah. So she's still going to be around for sure. And you get to acknowledge our guests.
Yeah, if we could have our dancers come out. They're still... Woohoo! Here they come, here they come. So from our heart to your hearts, I know your hearts are open wide, open doors. We thank you, thank you. Thank you for touching us as you have. Thank you for the message. Thank you for the dance. We love you. So I'm going to dismiss them because they're going to be over in the community center. And you can meet them over there. And also Doug has, if you haven't purchased his book, it's one of the best books around. It's called Think Indigenous. A lot of great material over there, wonderful goods. So we'll see him over there. And you're all standing, so stay standing because we're going to sing a song together. Ready for this? It's beautiful.